Hey folks, welcome to Conduit 01, your host here, Josh, and we're looking at Watch Dogs. Now, we all know the story with Watch Dogs. It was supposed to be a day one release with the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, but about 4 months before the consoles even released, Ubisoft postponed that release date. Certain stories came out, and the official story was that they needed to touch up the game. Ubisoft has managed to capture both the grit and grime of the city and the aesthetic beauty of the surrounding countryside. Most people, when they think about Chicago, Illinois, they only see cities, skyscrapers, mass amounts of people, cluttering by, not a care in the world. But if you go beyond the city, in Watch Dogs, there's a whole other life that's happening. The game is teeming with life, and if you know where to look, you can appreciate it too. Almost every person that you come across in this game has their own being, their own choices that they make. Interactions, like the badminton game, captures realism in a person's body. You know, the way an elbow moves, the sounds of the racket ticking off. It's just a good capture on real life. Going through the beach, you see life still expanding. Everyone wrapped up in their own way. Beach yard grill here. Small drinking game happening.
But the fact is, he screwed me over last year, and I'm never going to forgive him for it.
The story follows Aiden Pierce, an everyday hacker turned vigilante, through unfortunate circumstances surrounding his life. His most powerful weapon? Not a gun, not his fists, but his cell phone. How do you use that phone? Hacking. Using the phone and scanning around the city, There are multiple opportunities awaiting you. You can literally get lost for hours scanning around, jumping into a remote security camera, and tracing along to find out where you need to be. So in this instance, I was daisy-chaining through some security cameras and unlocking access points. The purpose of the points is to securely prevent people like me from getting into a life. That didn't work. Once unlocked, you can hack into the system and link to a citizen's laptop, webcam, or cell phone camera, and access into their bank accounts where you can withdraw funds or information. But how does the gameplay mechanic itself work? Similar to Assassin's Creed, the game gives you the option of freedom of choice. You can sneak around and whack the people up, taking them down one by one so that you're not seen, and accruing the maximum capability of experience. Non-lethal takedowns give you more experience, which contributes to the leveling up system that goes with Aiden Pierce. If you're not someone who likes it calm and gentle, then you can always go for the more direct approach, sacrificing an easy, quick in and out for the experience that you would gain.
Where's the override?
So what else can this phone do? Well, here, in the city, hacking into one of the towers here, I caused a small local blackout. It shuts down the grid, preventing me from getting access into the cameras and hacking into anything else I was able to. After a few moments, the power does return, and once again, you'll have full access to everything. In bigger chases, or when you need to just sneak around a little more, you can do a much larger blackout. As you saw here, it does get done in many ways. But your actions do have consequences if you're not careful. In this moment, it shut down both the electricity, which was also connected to the traffic lights. Watch Dogs does have multiplayer, but it's not like your common multiplayer experience. Using your phone, you select the online interactions, and it gives you 6 choices. Each of these is restricting to a certain amount of players, for a 1 versus 1 action, or for a street race of up to 8 people. You can monitor your score level and how close you are till your next upgrade. But you don't always get to do the choosing. Sometimes you get hacked. Here, I was being hacked by another player. The game is able to carry your character into any other character playing the game currently, bringing you or another player into the person's game. Here, I was able to locate and interrupt the download of some data. Now, I have to chase him down and put a stop to him, permanently. As he's running, he's setting off multiple traps and trying to get me off his tail. But he's frantic, linking off whatever he can, giving me time to catch up to him. In stopping the other player's hack, I was granted experience points from my online profile. Getting those points attributes you to stronger perks or stronger weapons. So at any point, this game can have literally any person. And if you do enough hacking, you might even get to see some familiar faces.
Seriously, how fucking interesting could that be? I fart, that happens. But is it interesting? Does it blow your world? Maybe your sense of smell, but not your world.
You joke. I'm serious. They can watch and listen and track you, and yes, Aisha, maybe even smell you.
Okay, honey, we've talked about this. You need to cut back on the crazy.
Overall, Watch Dogs is a very beautiful game. It does have a few minor flaws to it, but I gotta say it's pretty good. Even the trash looks good.